Hey guys, Chelsie Kenyon here, www.chelseakenyon.com, and I wanted to talk to you guys today about fees. Yay, so exciting, right? Not really for most people, unfortunately. The second you start talking about the cost of business and the fees that your business may or may not have, maybe it's a monthly website fee, maybe it's an annual fee, whatever fees may be included in your business. The second the word fee comes out, generally people kind of, it's a little, you get that like uncomfortable, prickly feeling, because they don't really understand exactly why fees are good. But we're going to get to that in a second. Most people are going to associate fees with bank fees, overdraft fees, HOA fees, registration fees, credit card fees. People, we don't like fees. I mean, do you like fees? I don't like fees. So, that goes without saying. And so when we bring up the cost of business to people and you sense that they're getting a little uncomfortable, what we want to do is we want to validate their feelings, because this is honestly how they feel about it, but we don't want to validate the fear itself. Okay. So feel, felt, found is a great method to do that. Feel, felt, found is a great way to deal with many objections, not just, the discomfort about the fees. So how you would do this is something like, I understand how you feel. I know I felt the same way. And if you didn't feel the same way, that's okay. You can use somebody else. You can say, I know a bunch of my girls on my team felt the same way. My friend felt the same way. My sister felt the same way. Whoever it is. But what we found is, or what I found is, or what she found is, and then you're going to go through and you're going to break it down for them. Now, people's general discomfort comes from two things: either a lack of understanding of why the fee is beneficial, or a lack of confidence in being able to work the business in such a way that that $75 fee isn't going to impact their finances in any way. So for the lack of understanding, all you have to do is help them understand why a fee is beneficial, and then that squashes it right there. So the fees are beneficial because there is a cost to run a business, no matter what. I mean, even if you went and started your own sandwich shop down the street, you're going to have to pay employees. You're going to have to pay a space to have your sandwiches in. You're going to have to pay for the lights to be on, for a refrigerator. I mean, of course, there's like a bazillion expenses that go into that. Well, it's the same thing for any corporate office. They have expenses. Now, they have to find a good balance between the cost of the product, how much they pay us, and then any fees that go into it. So they can wrap those costs into the price of the product, or they could pay us less, however it is that the company decides to best structure it. However, when everybody has an annual fee or even a monthly website fee, what it does is it kind of evens the playing field a little bit, because if people at the top who are working their business and making money for the company, and they're having to now foot the bill, their income is footing the bill for all these other people to sit around and enjoy their free website, and they're not really working and contributing to the business as much. So the people that are working their business are having to kind of foot the bill for the people who are not really working their business. So it's really not very fair to wrap all of the costs into, pricing or paying out less commission, or however the company wraps their fees or their cost into the business. So it's actually a very fair way. Also, fees can really be a wake-up call, because let's say at the end of the year, you have an annual fee due, and you haven't worked your business all year, and now you've got to make the decision. Do I pay the fee and get on the ball, or do I not pay the fee and walk away? So in either case, it's good for your business, because if somebody that's not working their business is faced with a fee, they're either going to buck up and get on board and work, or they're going to leave your business. And that's okay, because it's much better to free up your time and energy on somebody who wants it. Okay, so if they decide to walk away because they haven't worked their business all year, that is okay. We're going to embrace that. So the fee is fair. once you get this idea through to people, it really just squashes that, because now they understand. They're not lacking understanding, now they have understanding, and so it just kind of eliminates any issues that they may have had. Now, if their issue was confidence, what I like to do is just remind people, if they're kind of thinking, well, what if I don't make enough, what if I don't make enough money and I have to pay this out of pocket, especially if it's a monthly fee, because that's kind of more ongoing. I like to remind people that, hey, you know what? That's a whole 30 days away, or a whole year away, or maybe it's 6 months away. That's a long time. That's a long time for amazing things to happen, right? Let's, instead of focusing on the what if and the negative, let's focus on the positive. What if in a year from now, you're making $1 million? We're going to actually probably sit back and laugh that we're even having this conversation right now about $75. That's going to be like pocket change, right? A month from now, so much can happen. So you're sitting here worried about a $10 fee that's going to be charged 30 days from now. Who knows? Maybe you're going to make $500 in that time. So let's not assume the worst. And that's what you want to tell me. You want to say, let's just not assume the worst. Let's actually assume the best. And, and usually things fall somewhere right in the middle, right? So once you get that through to them, and help them understand and get that confidence that, hey, you know what? Yeah, I can do this. Then that squashes that. So, let me check my notes here, make sure I covered everything. Oh yes, and for the for those realist people who just like to think of the worst case scenario, you can remind them, worst case scenario for, like, let's say a yearly fee. Worst case scenario is you come to the year and you decide you don't want to pay it, and you don't pay it, and you move on. I mean, there's really, like, even the worst case scenario is that you don't pay the fee, and then you don't even have the $75 fee to be an issue, because you're not going to pay it because you didn't work your business or whatever it is. So worst case scenario, they don't pay their fee and they go on their merry way. That is the absolute worst thing that can happen. But the best thing that could happen is that they do make a ton of money and they are able to provide for their family. So it's always important to remind people to focus on that, on the positive what ifs, rather than the negative what ifs, because we definitely don't want to go down that road. Also, when we remind people too, as far as like a yearly fee, Amazon Prime shipping yearly fee, credit card annual fee, Costco membership annual fee. Guess what? None of those things are making you money, right? But we're paying them every year anyways. So this is an actual annual fee that could actually potentially make you a lot of money. So for me, it's a total fair trade-off. I do not mind at all paying that $75. The $75, holy cow, I don't have to pay employees. I don't have to ship anything out from my home. I don't have to maintain inventory if I don't want to. I don't have to do any of that. Corporate's doing it for me, and I'm paying $75 a year. I mean, seriously, it's a no-brainer for me. I absolutely, bring me the fee. Give me the fee. I need the fee. If there's not a fee, then we need to have one. Okay, so we need the fee. We love the fee. So anyways, $10 gone at Starbucks. $10, a couple of frozen pizzas for the kids for after school. You see what I'm saying here? $10, it comes, it goes. So let's not freak out about a $10 website fee or even a $20 website fee, because, I mean, you're most likely going to make that money, and more. So Starbucks is not going to bring income into your house, but paying a website fee could potentially bring income into your house. So we really need to focus on the positive aspects of what having a business and operating a business is going to bring into our family and into our finances. When we worry and concern ourselves with things that haven't even happened yet and thinking worst case scenario, sometimes we kind of make it happen because we are thinking kind of down that negative road. So we always want to make sure that we keep everybody uplifted and remind everybody the positive things, the positive aspects, and all the good things, about the business. And always be confident, because if somebody says, oh, there's a fee, and you kind of go, oh yeah, or you're trying to slip it in there. Yeah, we get paid on the 7th and there's a $75 annual fee. If you're trying to do that, It looks shady and it looks like you have something to hide. So don't do it. Be confident. Be like, heck yeah, there's a fee and I'm excited about it, you know? Seriously, be that excited about it. Another way that you can approach it is with humor, and that's what I do. I don't have time for all the shenanigans, you know? They say, if they say, oh, there's a $10 monthly fee, I'm like, honey, if you are not making $10 a month in your business, then we got bigger fish to fry. Same thing with the annual fee. If you're not making $75 a year in your business, a whole 12 months, then we got bigger problems. And usually when I say that, it completely shuts down the whole thing, and they're laughing and having a good time, and they're like, oh yeah, I never really thought about it like that. So, and I like to tell them too, you know what, I'm here to help you make money, so I'm going to do my best to make sure that you're making money. So the chances of you not being able to make enough to cover your monthly or annual fee are slim to none if we work together. And when I say work, I mean you're working too, and I'm working, not just me telling you what to do when you're sitting there doing nothing. Anyways, I think that is just about it. I'm checking over all of my notes that I have laid out here to make sure that I got everything. And I think I did. Oh yeah, that's the other thing too. Another thing you can do too is really break down how much they would actually have to sell. So if you have a $10 monthly fee, you're going to have to break it down according to what your comp plan is. But for me, if I have a $10 monthly fee, and with my comp plan, I'm going to have to sell $50 a month in order to cover that website fee. So for me, $50 a month, no brainer, no problem. That's usually done on the first day of the month, not a problem. So when you break it down with people and you can say, hey, you know what, $50, you sell $50 a month, your website is paid for. And most people can wrap their brain around that number, you know, and think, oh, I can sell $50. I already have a ton of people interested, or whatever the case may be. Same thing with the annual fee. You know, you may say, hey, you know what, in order for you to make enough commission to cover your annual fee, you're going to have to get $600 in sales in the year. And most people are going to think, okay, that's doable. I can do that. You know what I mean? So when you actually break down how much they will need to sell so that they are not paying any of this out of pocket, that can be really helpful in helping people embrace the fees rather than rejecting them. Okay, so let's have some gratitude in advance and show everybody when we're talking to them about our comp plan. We're going to have gratitude in advance, and we are going to celebrate and act as if everybody that joins our business is going to become a millionaire, because that is our intentions. Our intentions are for everybody to be successful that joins our business. And if that's the case, then we do not even need to worry about these fees, because honestly, if you're making a ton of money, then these little tiny fees really aren't going to be that big of a deal. So I hope I gave you guys some good ideas on how you can talk to people about this and make it kind of a fun thing, and also just kind of like a mindset shift. And really that's what it is. It's just people have their set mindset and how they have experienced things in the past, and you're going to show them how to flip it around and look at it a completely different way. And when you can master that skill, when you can get people to flip things around and look at it a completely different way, it's not only going to help you in talking about fees, it's going to help you in talking about everything. Okay, so that's like a really, really good skill to craft. So if you need to, go talk to yourself in the mirror, have a little conversation, or maybe get your friend on the phone and say, hey, pretend I'm signing you up and you're asking about the fees, and practice this a little bit, practice this wording, get comfortable with it, so that next time somebody comes to you and they're talking about the business and you bring up the fee, boom, you know exactly what to say. You've already practiced it. It's already in your head, and you don't have to stumble or pause or think. It just rolls off your tongue. And, you know, when in doubt, just use humor because honestly, you know, it's the quickest deflator. Somebody brings to you their little bit of negativity or issues or fears. Think of it like a big old inner tube, and a little bit of humor pops the inner tube, lets all the air out, and it's not a problem anymore. So anyways, you all have a great night or day or whatever time you're watching this video. And if you want some more information and tips and techniques for your direct sales business, come on over to my website, www.chelseakenyon.com, and I will see you there. Bye.